feel like talking about. Most of the time it's going to be the game. Most of the time it's going to be about other games without Prime Warframes. And, well, while I'm doing this, I'm going to be leveling up my Forma Saryn, which what I wanted to talk about was the Warframes that have been primed and the Warframes that are going to be primed. Now, with the next sort of theme that they always do, which is male, male, female, female, male, male, female, female, and since the last two were females, which was Trinity and Saryn, hopefully they're going to be doing the next two, well, which we know the next two are going to be males. So I've been reading a lot of Reddit posts about the discussions about what the next frame's going to be and who's hoping for what, and a lot of people are actually rooting for Necros and Vauban. Now, a few people want Oberon, but that's a small minority of people, considering Oberon isn't that hugely loved. Until Oberon gets a rework, a lot of people aren't going to be wanting to use him, and not going to be wanting a primed version, because his powers are pretty shit at the moment. I mean, he could be a lot better. To get him isn't that easy if you're a lower level. Killing Xmas to get him, and quite a small chance to drop his parts. It is not worth the effort to get him at this stage. I had him not that long ago, and I thought I would, but yeah, I read the abilities and I thought they were going to be quite good but on paper they're good, but in use, yeah, they're actually quite a letdown. At the moment, everyone wants Vauban and Necros. A lot of people think it'll be really cool if Necros comes out next month as the next Prime Warframe, due to the fact that next month will be Friday the 13th. There'll be Friday the 13th during May, and that's a lot of people really do want that to happen, because Necros did come out on a Friday the 13th, and so it would be quite cool if they stuck with that and then released the primed version of Necros on Friday the 13th. The Vauban I really do want, because I quite enjoy using Vauban. I love my Vauban. When I first got him, I hadn't really done any research on him. I read a couple posts about him, and just read the trivia and the notes about him on the wiki, and that's all well and good. And I was blown away by how good he is. His Teslas with the Tesla Link Augment are great for defense. You can, especially on void defenses, where you have the little bit here and here, and you just throw a Tesla there and there, and then when you've got the Teslas, they've got the link, which does, I think, 250 slash at max level, and if you've got good strength, it's really good. But I don't really use those anymore. I'm more of a repelling Bastille and Rift kind of dude. I use them for range and duration, which is quite good, especially with Mirage. The range, if you're a blinding Mirage doing LOR, it's great. But back to the topic at hand, primes. I have had my fair share of use of primes, and I've really enjoyed it. I loved Rhino Prime, Ash Prime, Nova Prime. They were all really good frames. Now, what I do most of the time is I skip the normal version if I know there's a primed version. I haven't used Saryn, I haven't used Rhino, I haven't used Ash, I haven't used Nova. I used Loki Prime before I used Loki, and that was just because I wanted to see. I didn't want to be running into it with any form of knowledge. I wanted it to be a new Warframe to me. I didn't just want to be using the same Warframe just with gold and a few polarities. Whereas when I can Saryn, I've I've been enjoying Saryn so much. I got her today, last night, and I've formed her twice. No, this is my first Forma, sorry. And I'm totally worth it. I don't often Forma items because I don't see the need for it, whereas Saryn is actually a really good frame, whereas my Rhino, I only formed him because I needed the achievement. He's such a great frame on his own. And there's like frames that are good without Formas. I mean, my Mirage really does need a Forma, but I've got a greater lens on it. And the sad thing about lenses is that they get destroyed when you add a Forma onto it. So, it's like weighing out the options, whereas if you want to use, you want to Forma it with a lens and then get rid of the lens, or you want to just stick with it without the Forma. And that's a big problem to me because I really, really enjoy using Mirage. First frame I put a Forma on. First frame I put a lens on. First Quest 4 frame I got. Yeah, I've loved Mirage. It's the only frame that I really use in raids with like LOR. Not as much in Jordas Verdict because it's not really the raid that I run, because I don't enjoy the Jordas Verdict as much as a lot of other people enjoy their raids. It's like it's pretty much a bad of the best. Like, Law of Retribution's really good. I really enjoy Jordas Verdict. It just wasn't fun. I don't really enjoy Archwings because they're really, really shit. Hate doing Archwing defenses. I've got Itzal because I felt like Odinata was just actually a hunk of shit that was served on a silver platter. I was actually thinking about getting Odinata Prime until I was told that it's actually useless. But not worth the effort of going through and getting the items. Primes. Back to Primes, which is what this episode will be about. I don't mind it as much as I don't mind Primes. I know there are some people. I've got a friend who hates the idea of Primes. He feels like they shouldn't be a thing because would you like to go around and then having a clone of you that's built better and everyone using that clone instead of the real version? Yeah, that's his view. I don't think it's ever like that. I just see, because Primes are meant to be hard, so that's why I don't see that. I see, like, you'll see more of, I don't know, more Saryns or more Trinities than Trinity Prime, unless they're hard out gamers like Mastery 10 and above. I have a friend, Mastery rank 10, he's had like 2 primes, and he's still like leveling up, still trying to get more primes, and he hasn't had Ash Prime, he hasn't had Rhino Prime, and he's been playing even before Rhino was vaulted, which is another thing, vaulting primes. I can see it, I can see why they would do it. Like, I would rather when they bought or permanently put them away like they have for some, like Frost Prime. I know that came back as a Christmas gift last year, but like what is there? There's, I don't know, Ember Prime still goes for 600 plat. That's insane. There's an Ember Prime in this game, in fact, and I see a lot of Ember Primes considering how rare they are, and Frost Primes, you see a few of those, but the ones like Mag, I never see a Mag Prime. Seen one of those, yet they still sell cheaper. And I don't know if it's the fact that they sell for so much that people want them, or the fact that they're good, which they are. Both of them are, but at the moment, without Mag's rework, that is inevitably happening, which I believe is happening because I think it's been confirmed. I feel like Mag is underpowered, and that's why, for a frame that you never see, it is vaulted, to my knowledge. Please tell me it is. To my knowledge, it's vaulted. It's so weird that you never see Mag primes. You see Ember Prime, Frost Prime, and Rhino Prime all the time, but you never see a Mag. Now, that's just my opinion, so I mean, it's not bad that there's not really anything like that, but it's kind of cool that they do vault it, and I can see why they do it, to make room for more primes, for like when they replace the Saryn with Rhino. I think what they do is they put those pieces where Rhino's pieces were, and that's great. I think that's fair, but there's still some missions that are missing. Like, they could add more. They could add more drop tables. They could add a tier 5. They could add spies, which have just been added to the moon, but they haven't been added to the void, which is something that I really want to see, is Orokin Void spies. Like, and I'm loving the new sabotage rework for a lot of the missions, and I want to see that put into action more. I want to see spies on the moon. I want to see tier 5 keys. I really want to see the void expanded. Like, yeah, I'm going to end this video for now because I'm losing track of talking about primes and starting to move into the void, and the internet is starting to crap out. I will be doing another episode of Let's Talk whenever I can be bothered, and I will be talking about probably weapons, probably bows and shit like that. But yeah, thanks for watching.